Thanks very much, President. I'll just pick up first on a point made by Katharina. And you were saying that one of the reasons that Ukraine achieved EU accession status was because of the spectacular reforms over the last 8 years. So I'm just wondering, how does that fit with the European Court of Auditors report just over a year ago, September last year, which was very unimpressed with the use of money. We gave 15 billion to the Ukraine from the EU is taxpayers' money, and the European Court of Auditors deemed Ukraine to be one of the most corrupt countries in Europe only last year, and they didn't find great evidence of value for money in terms of how the money that the EU gave them was used. My second point, you mentioned the need for a global effort to help rebuild Ukraine, and I agree 100% with that. I think that's something that is really important. Otherwise, Ukraine is going to be in a bad place for a long time. Obviously, I'm just wondering, I think that any entire place where we have an involvement in a war, and obviously we have one in Ukraine because we have pumped a lot of arms into the place, and we haven't made any great efforts at negotiating looking for peace. So we have a high stake in the war, and I think it's only right that we play a large role in rebuilding Ukraine. Was there ever any appetite, we'll say, for the EU to play a role in the rebuilding of Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya or Syria, given that we had an involvement there as well? And my last point, on the rebuilding of Ukraine, you mentioned a figure already of damage in the region of 300 billion, and I'd say it won't even stop at it, right? And I think that if you want to avoid Ukraine being a failed state in the future and a basket case, giving them loans won't be good enough, because they'll be paying them back forever. I mean, we're literally going to have to give grants, because in countries, you'll see, we've often given loans to places and we give them more loans to pay back the first loan. It's really important, if you are serious about rebuilding Ukraine, you're going to have to give them grants and don't pauperize them forever. Thank you very much.